We're here with our clients, and this is the Timberlane project. Would you mind introducing yourself?
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Rick.
What was your absolute biggest challenge prior to building a custom cottage?
I would say our biggest challenge was probably the use in the winter time, being able to have all of our family, Ash's parents, my parents and sisters, and our friends out at the same time. That was important to us. So I would say that being able to use it in every season.
That's the main reason we wanted to have a cottage in the first place, was to have our friends and family gather and spend time with them out at the lake. And it was getting more and more challenging the bigger our family was getting and our extended family. So that was probably the biggest challenge.
What changed after building your custom cottage?
Well, right away, we took possession in November and we were able to host our entire family out at Christmas and New Year's. And that was really big for us.
I think that we immediately felt more comfortable inviting whoever we wanted to come out. We knew that we would have space for everybody comfortably, and we would be able to host the type of family gatherings and our friends the way we had always wanted to.
What were some of the best results you can share about your custom cottage?
I would say two of my favorite things are the timbers and the fireplace. They both bring a level of warmth that we were looking for in our new build.
For me, I think one of the highlights is being able to come in and just see the different lighting fixtures. That was like a really important part of the overall build. So that would probably be my favorite.
Why did you decide to build a timber frame?
We've always loved the look of the timber frame and the feel of it.
The character that comes from the wood and from the timber frame cottage, it adds a lot of warmth and character.
What would you say to somebody on the fence about building a custom cottage?
I would highly recommend it. The whole process of being able to go through every room, every element of your build, and being able to have some input in that was kind of invaluable to us. It really made our cottage feel like our own. Our tastes and the things that we enjoy were able to come through.
If I were to offer advice to somebody, I would say definitely go with somebody like Pine Creek who is experienced. You guys made it such a joy to plan this whole thing. The stress that comes with a new build and an investment like this, you guys took that right out of the stress.
What was it like when you came to site during construction?
Site was always exciting. One thing I would say is we never felt any pressure to not be at site from Pine Creek. That was excellent. I know my neighbors were on site looking all the time and keeping us informed how the build was going. Everything was first class.
Yeah, I think we were really made to feel part of the build. We were always welcome to come and, see the progress. To actually go from an idea that you have in your head to being able to see it first in the 3D renderings that were provided, that was so helpful in terms of continuing with the design and making some adjustments and changes. But when you actually come on site and you are in the actual space that you're going to be in one day, that was really exciting.
How did Pine Creek handle problems that came up?
I think that anytime that there was a challenge that came up or something that we, in the midst of the build, decided that we wanted to change, it was always a possibility. We were never told, no, we can't do that.
And definitely no guilt
associated
with it.
Never made you feel bad for wanting to change something or...
Josh or Amanda, they were always very open and just willing to change. And they were never satisfied until we were.
What are you looking forward to most in your new cottage in the coming years?
I think we're looking forward to many more years of having our own family out here, our sisters and their growing families, our parents, and having a space where our kids can grow up coming to the lake and all those memories that come along with that.
Yeah, just making memories with our family and friends for years to come is the most important to us.
Can you summarize your experience with Pine Creek Homes?
Our whole experience with Pine Creek Homes was everything that we could have imagined that it would be. In terms of the craftsmanship, the end product, I can sit in our cottage and look around and there is nothing that stands out that I wish we had done differently, that I wish was executed differently. Everything turned out exactly as we had wanted. There was never a question that we had that we were made to feel like it was a silly question. Every element we wanted to incorporate was incorporated.
I feel like we had many specific details that were important to us, and Josh and Amanda always listened to us. We never heard no from them. They always figure out a way. They said Josh would look into it and Amanda would look into it, and we would figure it out, and we included every single idea that we'd had, and that was really important to us.